Mrs. Main, I am making my lab report video. You have an option this year. You can always write up your lab report just like always, or if you'd like, instead you can include all the information in a handy dandy video. So I thought I'd give you an example. This piece of paper is going to be the most important piece of paper for this assignment. It tells you exactly what you need to do and the order you need to do it in and all the questions you need to answer. So let's start at the beginning. It says, beginning. Does your lab report include your name, the date, and the title? So my name's Heather Main. The date is May 17th, 2002. And the title of this lab is The Color of Creativity. I like that. It's suitably dramatic. Anyway, stay tuned and I'll do the rest of it.
So we've been keeping a wonder list since the beginning of the school year, just a list of things that we wonder. And so my initial question came from there. Specifically, I wanted my initial question to be one about staring at a blank piece of paper, but then I thought about it some more and I'm like, it's super hard to test. So I picked a different one. Does writing in a certain color pen affect how creative you are? Question mark.
So why are we doing this? 1, Mrs. Main is making you. It's an assignment. 2, the scientific method is really useful if you're going to be a scientist and also if you're not going to be a scientist because everybody has questions and this is a great way to answer them. 3, for me personally, pens and creativity is a really interesting question because in my class I do these things called Wreck This journals, which is why I'm standing right here. This is this year's Wreck This journal. Every student has their own and we answer a whole bunch of really interesting creativity prompts and I call them boundary breakers. A creativity prompt would be something like name all the things you can catch. And you can catch a football and you can catch a fish and you can catch a cold or COVID, but you can also catch a bus. You can also catch a Pokemon. You could also, catch feelings for somebody. You're headed to middle school, you guys, just FYI. Feelings, so many feelings. Anyway, the more ideas you come up with, the more your brain is open to new ideas, and that's quite frankly how we solve the best problems. So that's why.
According to some old experiments I found, mostly to do with Alzheimer's research, not kids, but green ink is good for concentration. Blue seems to work best for creativity, although that was with drawing, not with writing. And red, for some reason, is good for attention to detail. So we'll see, I guess. My hypothesis was, if I give students a blue, green, or red pen and ask them to complete a creative task, then students using the blue pen will generate a higher number of creative answers. So you need test subjects that don't know what you're testing. I use 4th graders. Then you need pens in green and red and blue. You need white paper for them to work with. And you need a test prompt. I made sure to print this creativity prompt in black ink. And I'll tell you more about it in a little bit. Here's how you do the experiment. Step 1, give your test subjects a piece of paper. I used a half sheet of white paper. Step 2, give them a brand new pen. These are right out of the box, so have them just wiggle it around and make sure the ink's flowing. Then step 3, tell them what the boundary breaker is. Read it out loud to them. Just make sure they understand. And then give the sticker to them and have them stick it. Yeah, they're really sticky. Stick it somewhere on the paper, students, I say. And then 4, set a timer for 3 minutes. And then you wait. And then you wait some more. Lots of waiting. More waiting. Still waiting. Lots of waiting. And you wait some more, really patiently. Don't say anything. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, and then the timer goes off. They have to put their pens down. Collect the papers, and that's the end of the experiment. So here were the variables for my experiment. I'm going to do them in different colors because it amuses me. Red, because its attention to detail, is going to be my control variable. So control's all the things you keep the same. I tested all fourth graders. I tested all the same type of day right after lunch. They all use the same kind of paper. They all use the same prompt. Like I asked them the same thing. Oh, they had the same teacher. That's me. Let's see. Oh, they use the same brand of pen, Bic, B-I-C. They were all new out of the box except for Friday. They'd all been used once, but they were like evenly used, I guess. Anyway, the manipulated variable, in blue for creativity, is the thing that I changed. So the color of the pen they were working in was hopefully the only thing that was different. I mean, plus their answers, I guess. Anyway, speaking of their answers, the responding variable is how you measure. I counted responses, but I only counted the ones that were different. It's a little weird, but I'm going to show you what I mean. So, for example, the answer is 4. The question could be a bunch of different things, but if they were all like math problems, I counted that as 1. If they were different, like how many kids are drawn here, or come on, how many feet tall is Kevin Hart? Well, that's cool though. But like, he's coming for you, Logan. Anyway, I got a lot of cool answers, like, what is this Roman numeral? That's a cute one. Or how many paws does a puppy have? Aw. Or how many limbs do you have? How many sides does a square have? How many lines of symmetry does a square have? How old is Mrs. Main? 4 years old. I moisturize. Anyway, and lots and lots and lots of math. I got some really interesting results. The red numbers 1 and 2 were even. And then I got some higher ones. I only got 1 for blue and I got loads of 2s. And then green was somewhere in the middle. It was really a lot more different than I thought it would be. If you're going by averages, blue wins because it's got the highest average at 2.7, average of creative answers, that is. But if you're counting how many answers there are over 2, then it doesn't win. If you're counting how many creative answers it has over 1, it wins, I guess. So, I may be being a little hard on myself here, but I think the results are somewhat unclear. I think I needed a more specific hypothesis. So was my hypothesis confirmed? My hypothesis says a higher number of creative answers. So I could have been a little more specific here, like I said, but if we're going by actual literal high numbers, no, it was not confirmed. If I want to be creative, let me get my blue pen. If I want to be creative and do averages, yes, it was. And I definitely talked about mistakes and other factors. At the end, we like to talk about additional thoughts or wonders, and so here are some of mine. I wonder if more colors, offering students more colors, would get more interesting results, like we didn't try yellow or orange. Anyway, more data would also be good, except unfortunately I told all my students what I was doing after they did it. So I wonder if we did it in colored pencils instead of pens. Oh, or crayons. Oh, or markers.